A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I want A+ English.
Hello everyone and welcome to A+ English. I'm Mike.
I'm Chickling.
And today we're looking at different careers.
Okay.
Now this career is quite an unusual one.
Unusual?
Being a soldier in the Taiwanese army.
Okay.
And I don't just mean for a few months because that's what you have to do. This is a career. This is your working life. So you could have been a doctor or worked as a computer engineer or something, but he said, no, I want to be a soldier in the Taiwanese army. Well, I salute you for helping out the country. And there might be a lot about this kind of career that really we don't know a lot about. So let's look at our kind of warm-up question. Here's a good one to sort of ask or tell what we know. What do you think about being a soldier? Is it hard? Why or why not?
Well, I think it depends on who you are or what you are like.
Okay.
Well, it's definitely a hard thing for me because I don't think I have the physical fitness.
I see. Well, they would help you with that by making you run around a lot.
I don't think I can. And, I don't like to be in the sun.
Okay, well, that might be a problem. Yeah, so it might be hard. I think it is a hard career. But, a lot of things in life, if they're hard, you'll get a lot out of it too. But yes, you're right. For some people, it might not be the right career if you're not the kind of person who wants to maybe get in some danger. This is something that might, be part of the job being a soldier. If you don't like to be outside or exercise or just the idea of violence, I don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt people or, some people have real problems with that. So obviously it wouldn't be a career for them. But for the people who do it, for the people who want the challenge, I think they can probably get a lot out of it. So let's find out more about being a soldier in the Taiwanese army.
Being a soldier in the Taiwanese army. Warm-up question. What do you think about being a soldier? Is it hard? Why or why not?
What work do career soldiers do?
Career soldiers do two kinds of work. Basic and administrative. Basic departments do military work. Administrative departments deal with money, laws, and so on.
Being a soldier is a long-term job. What made you want to do this?
I felt a job in the army would be steady and also really cool. I wanted to experience a different life.
What kind of person makes a good soldier?
There are many jobs in the army. Any person can find a job as long as they're good at something.
What is difficult about being a soldier?
We must work together across departments for every job. Good communication is not easy.
All right, so our article today is actually going to be taking the form of an interview. So it's like we're doing a news interview, asking questions, in this case, asking questions to a soldier to find out what their job is like. And another interesting thing is, this is a lady soldier.
Oh.
Yeah, a female soldier.
So brave.
That's kind of interesting and, still fairly unusual. I think more unusual in Taiwan than in some other countries, right? But still, most of the people who become soldiers are still probably men, but not in this situation. So that will bring a new way of looking at this career from a woman's point of view. So here's a good very first question. What work do career soldiers do? What do you do as a soldier?
Yeah, 所以一开始文章我们要访问这一个士兵，我们就说职业军人，不是士兵哦，军人。所以职业军人呢都要干嘛呢？这边 career 是职业，所以加上 soldier 就是being a soldier is your career.
Absolutely, yeah. So career soldiers. This is a sort of a difference in Taiwan because they do have other soldiers who just join for a few months when they're, 20 years old. They go in for a few months or a year, then they go out. In other countries like Canada, the UK, America, all the soldiers choose to do that as their job. They join up for 5, 6, 8 years, something like that. They're not being told to do it. It's something they want to do. They have joined the army, so they would also be career soldiers. So Olivia, this female soldier, she explains career soldiers do 2 kinds of work. So there's 2 basic kinds of work you would do as a soldier in the Taiwan Army. Basic and administrative or administrative. 2 ways you could pronounce that word.
所以职业军人做2种工作，他说有基础的跟 administrative， 这是行政工作的意思。
So basic would probably be kind of simple, what you would expect soldiers to do. Administrative would be more like paperwork. You're probably working in a desk at in an office at a desk or something like that. So as she goes on to explain, basic departments do military work. Driving trucks, shooting guns, flying airplanes, that kind of stuff. The kind of things you would imagine normal soldiers to be doing.
OK， 那我们来看一下 department 这个字。Department 是部门的意思，所以其实我们有一个片语叫做 be someone's department， 代表是谁分内的事情。比如说 Wasn't grocery shopping your department? How could you forget? 去卖场买东西不是你的职责吗？你怎么可以忘记呢？好，那我们再看一个例句。The company hired a new manager for the sales department. 就是公司的业务部呢，他们聘请了一位新的经理。所以基础部门是从事军事工作，那 military 就是军事的。
All right, so administrative or administrative departments deal with money, laws, and so on. In other words, paperwork. But, it's an army. It's a big organization. A lot of people work there. A lot of stuff has to happen. So it will take a lot of administrative work or paperwork.
所以会有很多行政上的事情要处理嘛，因为老师刚刚说是个很大的机构，很大的团体，所以呢，行政助理的英文其实就是 administrative assistant。
Oh, okay.
Yeah， 所以呢，我们来看一下 law 这个单字。Law 就是法律的意思，所以如果违反法律，我们只要加上 against the law。所以比如说 it is against the law to steal， 就是你去偷窃是违法的。那如果犯法，其实也可以用 break 这个字。比如说 we can't just sit by while these people break the law， 我们不能坐视看这些人违法。那我们再看一个句子哦。The law does not allow smoking inside any public building， 就是法律规定呢，公家机关内是全面禁止吸烟的。所以呢 and so on 就是 and so forth 就是 blah blah etc 就是等等等等等。所以比如说行政部门他们处理 money, laws 金钱法律等等等。
That's right. Lots of stuff to do, but maybe not exactly what we picture in an action movie soldiers doing, all right? So as the article continues, we get another good question. Being a soldier is a long-term job. What made you want to do this? That's a really good point. If you don't like working at the restaurant you have a job at, you can quit tomorrow. You can quit right now if you want to, and it probably won't be a big problem. But when you sign up to be a soldier, I think it is. It's like for maybe 4 years or 6 years, 8 years. It's quite a long time. So yeah, you really have to know that this is what you want to do. You can't just walk out tomorrow morning when you say, nah, I don't want to do it. So what made you want to do this? Or what made you want to join up for this long-term job?
因为是个长期的，这个 long term 指的是长期，所以当职业军人是一个这么长期的工作，那为什么你会想要做呢？
All right, well, Olivia gives an answer that I've heard soldiers in Canada also tell me. I met some American soldiers in Okinawa. They said the same thing. I felt a job in the army would be steady and also really cool. That's true. The army doesn't usually fire people unless you break a law or something, but they never say, oh, sorry, we don't have any money. We're closing the army. You have to go find a new job. So it's a very steady work. When we say steady in this way, we mean it's reliable, it's dependable. You can trust that you will always have a job. And she also says, and I like this part, it's also really cool. driving tanks and shooting guns, and she kind of thinks it's pretty cool. She probably grew up watching action movies or something like that. Yeah.
OK， 所以我们看到 would 的用法，这是助动词。那我们来看一下文章在陈述句的时候 would 我们会拿来表示过去式的 will， 所以其实你可以说 You said you would help me， 但是这是你在过去说的，你说你会帮我的，或者是 He told me he would be late， 他告诉我他等一下会迟到。那老师刚刚说的另外一个单字 steady 就是稳定的或固定，所以呢，其实这个 Olivia 就说她觉得在军队里面工作非常的稳定，然后也很酷。
And then she goes on to explain, and this is kind of relating to how it's a cool job, I wanted to experience a different life. That's what she says, yeah, because it is very unusual. It is kind of special. I bet you most of her friends from high school, for example, probably aren't doing this. So she gets to experience a different life or, have a different kind of job.
那我们来看一下 experience 的用法。Experience 就是有体验或经历的意思，所以比如说 His first experience at the dentist was unpleasant， 他在牙医那边的第一次经验就是非常的不愉悦。好，那我们这个字加上一个 d 就会变成形容词，代表一个人经验非常的丰富或者是资深的。比如说 The firm is looking for experienced engineers， 就是这个公司呢在寻找有经验的工程师。那我们再看另外一个句子。Let's go to the new restaurant to experience some different food. 我们去那间新的餐厅吧，试试看一些不同的料理。所以 Olivia 其实就是想要体验不同的生活。
All right, so if any of the answers so far have kind of made you curious, here's another really good question you would want an answer to. What kind of person makes a good soldier? Because, as we said, it might not be the job for everyone.
所以怎么样的人可以成为好军人呢？ Loyalty, confidence, fitness. I don't know.
All of that kind of stuff too, and willing to sacrifice and all that. Well, Olivia explains there are many jobs in the army, so it's not all about running around and shooting guns and rolling around in the mud. There are many jobs in the army. Any person can find a job as long as they're good at something. So think about what you're interested in, what you're good at. There's probably a way you could put those skills to use in the army.
OK， 所以我们进到今天 Magic Box， 我们看一下 as long as 的用法。
Magic Box。
Hello， 大家好，我是 Casey。英文中我们要说跟什么什么一样，怎么样怎么样，有一个很好用的句型哦，就是 as 后面加上一个形容词或副词，然后 as somebody or something。像是举个例子哦 ，I am as tall as my sister， 我和我姐姐一样高，或者是呢 ，David runs as fast as I do，David 跑得跟我一样的快。这个句型呢，想必大家都很熟悉了。不过今天我们要来介绍几个片语哦，句型也是用到2个 as， 不过呢，它在意义上面会有一点点延伸哦。那我们马上就来看看第一个片语是 as long as， 这个 long 呢是指长度长啊，或者是时间很久的意思。不过呢 as long as 它有一个延伸的意思哦，就是只要 as long as 它有连接词的功能，可以放在句中或者是句首来表示只要 A 发生 B 就会发生。好，那我们马上来看一个例句哦。As long as it's a sunny day, I feel energetic。带入刚刚说的只要 A 发生 B 就会发生这个句型，这句话的意思呢，就是只要天气好，我就会感到能量满满。那 as long as 这个片语呢，我也可以把它放在句中哦。这时候呢，事情 B 就要先讲出来哦，就会变成 I feel energetic as long as it's a sunny day， 这样也是可以的哦。再来呢，我们看一下另外一个句型很相似的片语，就是 as soon as， 意思呢就是 A 一发生 ，B 马上就发生了，可以用来表示这2件事情的前后顺序，还有因果关系哦。像是呢 ，as soon as the teacher got to the classroom, the students became quiet。那 A 一发生 ，A 这件事情就是老师进教室嘛，那 B 就发生了，就是学生马上就安静了。那 as soon as 当然也可以放在句中喽。那整句话就会变成 The students became quiet as soon as the teacher got to the classroom。好啦，那今天介绍2个 as 点点点 as 点点点的片语，大家是不是都有学起来了呢？
所以军队中有很多的工作，你只要擅长某一件事，其实你就可以在里面工作了。
All right, here's another good question. What is difficult about being a soldier? Or maybe another way of saying it, what are some of the biggest challenges in being a soldier? What's the hard part?
Yeah, 所以当军人有什么困难的地方呢？
Good question. Olivia says we must work together across departments for every job. I thought it would be like getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go running or something like that. No, it's working as a team across departments. So you're not always working with people you know very well, but you still have to work like a team very well. That could be a challenge.
Yeah, 所以 together 我们是最后一个单字。Let's take a look.Together 就是一起，所以你可以说一起做什么事情 to do something together。比如说 we used to play tennis together， 我们以前常常一起打网球。那也可以当什么东西在一起，当在一起交往的意思哦。比如说 they've been together for more than 5 years， 他们已经在一起超过5年。那我们再看一个句子 Dennis and Andy are in the same class, so they often study together. Dennis 跟 Andy 呢，他们同班，所以经常一起读书。So according to Olivia, teamwork is very important.
It is very important. You cannot be an army of one.
Yeah,
That is not a good army. All right. And another thing that makes that teamwork better and easier, good communication. But as Olivia says, good communication is not easy. And of course, here when we say communication, we don't just mean my radio doesn't work. I can't hear what he's saying. No, it's getting your ideas across clearly and understanding other people. It's a big part of teamwork in any situation.
所以 Olivia 就有说啊，跨部门工作其实是很重要，他们都要常跨部门一起跟别人工作，所以 communication 就是沟通，所以代表说呢，良好的沟通有时候其实也蛮不容易的。
All right, that's about all the time we have for today, but that's not the end of our interview with Olivia the soldier. We'll have more about that tomorrow, but for now, it's time for our review.
Review time!
All right, everyone, it's time for our review. Now, for today, we had 4 new words. As usual, those words are department, law, experience, and together. All right, so I'm going to give you a few sentences with blank spaces. Yes, we will play fill in the blanks, and those blank spaces will need a word. But don't worry, the word for each space will be one of the 4 words that we learned today. Are you ready?
I am.
Okay, well, I'm having a big problem with my neighbors. We're having a problem agreeing on the blank.
Agreeing on the blank, on the law.
On the law, right? It's a legal problem. Yeah, but I have no blank with this kind of situation.
I have no experience with this.
No experience. So my wife and I went down to the legal blank to get some help.
Okay, we went to the legal department together.
To get some help.
To get some help.
To get some help, you got to finish the sentence. That's right. And that's the end of our story. I'm not going to tell you what happened with my small problem with the law until tomorrow, maybe. But to find out, you're going to have to come back. But the main reason to come back is to see more or hear more from our interview with Olivia, the Taiwanese soldier. Am I saluting okay? Is it like that or is it like that?
Both are fine, I
Everyone's
think.
a little different.
Both are
Anyways,
fine.
we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
I don't think it's like that, right?
Being a soldier in the Taiwanese army. Warm-up question. What do you think about being a soldier? Is it hard? Why or why not?
What work do career soldiers do?
Career soldiers do 2 kinds of work, basic and administrative. Basic departments do military work. Administrative departments deal with money, laws, and so on.
Being a soldier is a long-term job. What made you want to do this?
I felt a job in the army would be steady and also really cool. I wanted to experience a different life.
What kind of person makes a good soldier?
There are many jobs in the army. Any person can find a job as long as they're good at something.
What is difficult about being a soldier?
We must work together across departments for every job. Good communication is not easy.
Word power. Department. Department. The company hired a new manager for the sales department. The company hired a new manager for the sales department. Law. Law. The law does not allow smoking inside any public building. The law does not allow smoking inside any public building. Experience. Experience. Let's go to the new restaurant to experience some different food. Let's go to the new restaurant to experience some different food. Together. Together. Dennis and Andy are in the same class, so they often study together. Dennis and Andy are in the same class, so they often study together.
认识字汇
Administrative. Administrative. Steady. Steady. Communication. Communication.